Vamos a jugar directamente. Vamos a completar misiones. Me voy hoy a cenar y quería empezar a hacer directo y no quería hacer 3 horitas, quería hacer más. 1 hora más. Así que vamos a jugar. Es lo que hay. Tengo que ir. Así que lo que voy a hacer es jugar. Luego me voy. He quedado. He quedado. Al quedar es lo que tiene uno. Tiene que ir. Mientras los del Discord discutí cuándo queréis Pico Park. Y dejadme en paz. A mí dejadme en paz. No me digáis, pero yo no. Yo estoy ahí, existo. Ya está. Me he olvidado. Yo solamente existo, estoy aquí, hago mis directos. No, yo estaba haciendo la misión de... No, sí, la principal. Sí, la principal, claro. ¿No? A ver. 9 de 15, me faltan poquitos. Vámonos al TP que está aquí. Seguramente no lleve las 2 mejores espadas. Porque el juego funciona así. Que mañana me va a dar... Mañana no, ahora me va a dar otra espada que va a ser más fuerte que la del caballero de Tuzán. Y yo me voy a cagar en su puta madre y ya está. Debo tirar. Debo tirar, no, debo.
Hey, Blondie, who blows your porridge when the bears are out to forage?
¿Qué? Es Blondie. Tengo. Ah, no.
Know how to whistle? Just put your lips together and
Blue bugs don't usually work nights. Need to come back during the day.
Claro, este tío trabajará a las 10 de la mañana. Si yo fuese él, que es autónomo, a las 10 de la mañana. Ahí está. ¿Qué tiene que pegarme?
So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pates, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you. You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
A witcher, and I'd advise you to go back where you came
Vaya
from.
aspecto.
I thought witches defend men from monsters, not cheats from justice.
Need to talk to the boy.
You can chat to him all you like, after we tan his hide. So stand down.
Not gonna happen.
Won't it? Well, then we'll thrash you as well. which is all the same to me.
Bueno,
Let's move. We'll break your legs. Circle him. Circle him.
Help scofflaws and cheats.
más o menos.
Let's move.
Slow now, let's not do anything rash. Let's
Hala. No iba a usar las espadas, pero el juego igualmente me los ha quitado.
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of
Vaya planos, ¿no?
And these men. What are they doing?
Nothing really. Had a little misunderstanding. Figured it out though.
Uh-huh. I see. As the Duchess's protege, you may go. But this lot, that's another matter. You'll come with us. Some time in a cell ought to scare the dimwits out of you.
La verdad es que sí, tienes razón.
Come on.
Vemos. En
You're
plano,
very
¿no?
good with your fists, sir. Wouldn't be looking for work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership, where I see to the boots while you stand guard. And as you're the stronger, come morn you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow. So, what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it. Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Wait, wait! Before we get to talking, please,
Ah, me
take
vas
a seat.
vale, me vas a cobrar, cabrón.
But my boots are clean.
Sí,
In
botísimas.
this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stand. A seat, sir, please.
Siéntate, siéntate y que limpie el hierro.
So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival. Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing.
Niño,
A modest sum might make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
What? Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. Have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I require.
te lo doy.
All right. Let's see if we can't figure something out.
No, no, 500 directamente, me da igual.
Ah, see?
Me da igual.
I knew we'd clinch it.
Guess I can agree to that.
500%.
1,000 thanks. I shan't forget it. Now to the matter at hand. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron. Gets his boots cleaned
Hombre,
every
yo te doy
few days.
500.
He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis. The air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's Cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
Le doy 500 y un vial para que limpie la
But
bota súper rápido.
you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art, true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port.
La puerta es
The
roja.
door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a
La
cleaning.
verdad que sí.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Toma, hijo. El engüento este. Nos vemos. ¿El niño se ha guardado el engüento aquí? Como que lo ha hecho
Handled that
mal.
kid pretty well.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
Yeah, saw that. Meaning, the right thing to bribe them with.
No voy a matar a su amigo.
Red door. One the boot black mentioned.
No voy a matarle. Si se puede hacer que no mate a nadie. Por.
Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, "Detlef, I'm coming for you." A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Se convierte en humo y entra por una rendija, coño. ¿Eres tonto? Geralt. Claro. Coño, se convierte en humo y entra por un lado de la casa.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
Mucho juguete, ¿no?
He here? Sense him.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around.
Suerte que tengo lo de la comida 20 minutos.
Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime. Somebody fixed this recently. No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently. Nice little trinket.
Claro, es que como yo no me hago souvenirs, el juego ya me dice que voy cargado. Nada, que no sospecho que hemos estado aquí. Solamente le he dejado 27 pieles en el suelo.
Attic, let's go. So this is his nest. Need to look around. Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys. Somebody fixed this recently.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently. Nice little trinket. Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
Woman's likeness. Bit smudged. Is his lover?
I don't rightly know.
Reminds me of someone.
Who?
Not sure. Can't help feeling I've seen that face before, though. Tools were used recently. Detloff unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Nice tune.
Indeed.
Carta de objetivos, ok.
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count de Lacroix.
Detloff's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
All of it written using the same ink. See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite. Rare mineral, pretty much found only in
Nazaire, but I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either, especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Still got nothing, basically. Need to look around some more.
Let's get to work.
Tools were used recently. Detloff unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Carta
Detloff
sospechosa.
van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the
Hola,
wench they
llamada.
call Renawed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we
Sí que hay
prescribe.
alguien detrás.
You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure. Your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Detloff killed not of his own accord. A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
Any idea what it could be? Detloff have any enemies?
Indeed. Detloff gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous. As you well know, having faced Detloff yourself, whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renawed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Hay que
Ever
encontrarla.
meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came round to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
Why do you think that? Any signs or clues to that effect?
None to be found. Apparently she disappeared one day. Her belongings disappeared with her. Not a scenario one associates with kidnapping. In my humble opinion, she left on her own. Scared off, perhaps, by a bout of Detloff's rage that revealed his other, more monstrous side.
Detloff have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing? And Detloff is so much more emotional than most humans. Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Detloff ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly,
Entonces
Renowed
tiene
knew
que
him
ser
all
alguien
too well.
importante.
Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
Even if Renowed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that, and hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply, and that blood, those individuals, they mean nothing to him.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Detlef's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazari ink, and not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Detlef's innocence, clearly.
Actually, it is. Detlef's being manipulated.
Vale, está
Some
haciendo...
lunatics turned him
Vale,
into
vale,
a
vale.
tool, making him kill.
So it would seem. But this illuminates a path of action for us. We must find Renowed, render the blackmail senseless. The lunatic or ticks will thus lose hold on Detlef.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Detlef? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him
Ah,
to
los
stay his
símbolos de los
hand,
guantes es
assuring
lo que
him
está en
of friends
Cyberpunk,
and
¿no?
help.
Los símbolos de los guantes de este tío. Es el vídeo ese que me pasó el destro de lo de Cyberpunk.
Think he'll listen?
He
O
will.
son vampiros.
Out of
Así que en
with you,
Cyberpunk hay
maybe.
vampiros.
No, he'll sense you from a
Los
mile
vampiros
off,
supremos
simply fail
viven
to
todos
appear.
los años que quieran.
I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Detlef and I both.
Voy a cortarme el pelo. Eso es lo que voy a hacer. Ir a un peluquero y cortarme el pelo. Eso es lo que voy a hacer ahora. ¿Dónde hay uno? ¿No hay ni un peluquero? Ahí arriba. Pues voy a ir. Me gusta subir de niveles para nada. Voy a subir esto también. Vale, el ver este. Los puntos ya es que ni me sirven para nada. ¿Tengo otra misión secundaria? No. Bueno, mi caballo se ha encerrado en una casa, está ahí a gusto, ¿no? Míralo.
Giddy up.
Ah, ik denk een bolle fjaan aan dan drijven.
Sir Geralt of Rivia.
3 cheers for the tourney's victor. Hip hip.
Tengo alguna misión secundaria por ahí, ¿no? Es que hay alguna que no he pillado por básicamente ir y olvidarme. Bueno, no he ido nunca aquí, ni aquí, ni aquí, ni aquí, ni aquí. Ni aquí he ido, creo. Tendré que ir. Un paseo de caballo. Ay, de verdad. Otra niño de mierda. Tú muerto me cago.
Leave me be.
By the prophet's wounds. A witcher.
Niño, ¿tú sabes qué te puede hacer que te mate la reina?
Hats off!
Y soy yo el que salvó a...
Welcome,
Amigo.
sir.
Need a bit of groom.
A ver, espérate. Hay uno que me hace gracia. Afeítame a Gerardo, déjamelo con el pelo suelto y con las gafas.
Might.
Vemos. No sé a quién salvé, pero de nada. No he salvado a todos, me quedan misiones todavía de salva no sé quién y salva no sé cuánto. Salva tal y cual y cual.
Night, bluff, and wine counsel no half-hearted measures.
You can't pull one over on me, Witcher. I can see you're a killer.
Bueno, no soy un asesino, no soy un asesino.
And what of the funeral?
Geralt of Rivia, Master Witcher.
I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
Case is more serious than we thought. The beast? I couldn't kill it. Didn't manage.
We sent you after a monster, and you returned with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Ha! Is this a problem? Is it too much for a witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
And Buckthorn? When I was a child, Grandmama Ademarta always claimed Buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
No te iba a decir un cipote, ¿eh?
Go ahead. Send them to their death. Certain death.
To a lone Witcher, perhaps. To 40 of my men-at-arms, but another skirmish.
40, 50, 100? Doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such
Un vampiro
things?
supremo.
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Oh.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
It's way beyond being some monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Yeah, impossible. If so great is their power, why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha.
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich, capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free. Or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
Which is why that's my aim now, to prevent further attacks. Vampires only half the problem. Blackmailers at fault chiefly. Kidnapped the woman to control the vampire.
And what do you propose to do?
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. Soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
Coño, te estoy dando un motivo para que eso
I
pase.
admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may be right. Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop!
Claro, el sommelier sabe de vino.
In Tucson, wine is sacred.
Sí, lo sé.
Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They
¿Cómo?
are
¿De
stains
qué?
from a drop of Estest, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me?
Witcher, show him the paper scrap. Benoit, can you determine which wine made this stain?
Yes.
Chupa el papel.
The west bank of the Saar Tour. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high. It's simple. Saint Real, the 1269 vintage.
¿Qué?
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Revello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table.
Así que tienes un traidor en la mesa. Estupendo.
Perhaps some Saint Real was stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
Con el miedo que te tienen,
Saint
difícil
Real.
que te hayan robado.
Never heard of it.
Con el miedo que te
It's
tienen,
highly
bastante
unlikely you've
difícil
ever
que te
had a
hayan
chance to
robado.
partake of it.
Llámame loco.
As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Didn't stop it from ending up on that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken. If he says it's Sonreal, it is Sonreal. We must ride to Castel Revello at once. Discover what has happened.
Wait. Your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
Pues si tiene un traidor entre ellos, ella querrá saber quién es.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous.
Tienes activado
The Witcher should go alone.
porque has activado el
It
modo
pleases
escudo.
me
¿Qué
to
has
see you
tocado?
gentlemen finally agree on something.
Te he visto.
But I've
¿Qué has
made my
tocado?
decision.
Perdón.
We shall go, accompanied by the
Es que
best
siempre te lo
possible
pones. Que no me
escorts.
apetece activar el modo
You,
escudo de
Captain,
mierda.
And Geralt.
No, solo el
We
modo
will
escudo
travel
de mierda.
incognito. We've no wish to
El
give
modo
the court
escudo.
any
Que borré
reason to
caché ayer. ¿Te
gossip.
funcionó? ¿Borrar
For the
caché?
duration of this mission,
Sí,
I
ya sé que
release
borraste
you from
caché. ¿Te
your
funcionó lo que te dijo
obligation to adhere
Josepo?
to court protocol.
Te pone a
In
preguntarle a
short,
Disney.
From
Pregúntale a
now on,
Josepo.
I am
No.
Anna Henrietta, not your grace.
Como te has casado a Josepo,
Yes, your
no probé
grace.
tampoco. Entonces,
Witcher, are you ready?
solo lo hice lo de las cookies. Lo de las cookies.
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent.
Lo probé
Give me a
antes de que me
moment.
dijera nada.
I must don something more appropriate and
Qué
concealing.
pereza.
Then we will be off.
Windows. Lo único que te puedo decir. No, no, lo tiene que solucionar. Es que no es culpa de Disney. Porque a mí se me ve. A Josepo, por ejemplo, las imágenes no se le abría. Y lo que tuvo que hacer es cosas con Windows. No es culpa de Google. No era culpa de Google, era culpa de una cosa de Windows. Claro, fallar falla. Siempre. El falla siempre.
This vampire. Have you ever
¿Qué
faced
dices
its
tú?
sword before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of
¿Cuándo
anyone
vas a
defeating such
ver
a vampire?
Know of a man
Ant-Man
who
Quantum
defeated
Fracture?
one, sure,
¿Te va?
but he didn't manage to kill it.
El
Ultimately,
jueves,
only
has
another
dicho.
vampire can kill a vampire.
Caballo no corre. ¿El jueves dijiste? A ver, desde el viernes se sabe la segunda escena. Es un postcrédito. Está guay. Sale Khan. Like.
Come on, Roach.
Panthers have attacked the wagon. We must help.
Stay back, your Grace.
Voy
We
yo,
shall
voy
see
yo.
to
Tú
this.
quédate ahí, Manoli. Me bajo yo.
beast! Begone!
Déjame a mí, anda.
Help! Save us!
Mantén la brasa.
You beast! Begone!
Y el de Last of Us, lo visto, no hace nada. No hace nada, real. No hace nada. Lo he visto mientras comía.
Save us!
Hey,
Time to
safe
move on.
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
Fortunately happened by.
You saved our lives.
Nos vemos.
Come on.
Comeo, ¿os podéis llevar a los leopardos para hacer abrigo o algo?
Tell me more about this vineyard.
No corro, no corre.
It's the best
Estoy
in
bugueado
the-
sin correr.
An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabrizio.
Está todo lejos hablándome. No lo oigo.
He's held
Mentira,
his
no
post
corro
for
más.
years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts.
¿Dónde
Geralt.
estamos? Que después me olvido. Después necesito algo de aquí. ¿Dónde estamos? Viñedo Castel Ravelo. Ah, aquí.
The Sonreal stain. How did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a
Me
servant.
lo está ayudando toda esta gente. ¿Puedes callarte?
Could be the wine was just stolen from the estate.
We shall know when we arrive. It's not
No
far
le
now.
apetece callarse. El modo escudo no lo tengo activado porque no me va a pasar nada igual. Una cosa que me da igual. Lo puedo activar, pero... Pero debería quitarle tanta mierda al modo escudo para que deje de dar por culo.
We did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair.
Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed.
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabrizio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castel Ravello?
Vamos a hablar con él.
Came to see you. Got some questions.
In this land, it is seen as polite to introduce oneself before asking any
Tómame una polla.
questions.
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Está bien, ¿no? Que la hagáis.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabricio will be delighted to answer your
Si yo le
every question.
respondo que comió
Want to talk
ayer,
about San Real.
I am at your service.
¿ha habido
Some
algún
of this
robo?
wine might have been stolen. Just a suspicion we have, but any burglaries lately?
El modo escudo solamente lo active
Not to my
cuando no me dé
knowledge.
pereza tocar todo lo que tengo que tocar del modo
Days
escudo,
past, I took stock of the inventory.
porque es
All was
una
accounted for.
pereza enorme.
Barrels lie safely in
Hazlo
the
tú,
cellar,
Eva,
I
tócalo.
assure you.
¿Cómo se transporta el vino?
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a waste of time.
Your Grace? How am I to understand this?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to San Real. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even
Creo
realized
que
it.
está cabrea.
In either case, you shall answer for it.
Creo que está cabrea.
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers.
Me queda una pregunta.
Remind me, where is the San Real stored?
In the main cellar around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
Me hace gracia el trato tan distinto que es llegar a la ciudad más importante de...
I did nothing wrong.
Llegar a la ciudad tan importante de aquí con la ciudad tan importante de la historia principal. En la historia principal te odian. La mayoría de gente te quiere matar. Aquí directamente quien no te hace caso, esa la mata.
He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabricio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
Yo te protejo, tú no te preocupes. Si vuelves hecho como uno de tus caballeros. Lo que pasa es que llevo gafas, porque no veo bien. Es la edad. ¿Para dónde? ¿Para allá? Vale. He llevado por un lado, yo voy para el otro. Directamente voy para el otro, ¿eh? Martillo de madera. Vamos, perdón, que estaba ahí mirando las cosas. Nada, no te rayes tú. Ana Henrietta, no te rayes tú.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Espera.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment
No hay que
line.
pelata nomás a mí, madre, que
There
no
it
se
is,
abre.
barreling.
por
Everything
culo,
lines
coño.
up at first
Me voy a
glance.
calentar, me voy a partir
Need
la
being
mano por un
thoroughly
puto plátano de
documented.
mierda.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
1269. Esta, la he visto antes. ¿La he visto ya?
Ervelous. I like it. Quite dry.
An excellent wine. You've good taste.
Gracias. Aquí martillo.
Est. Think everyone and their mother's heard of this wine.
Among the best in the world. Castel Ravello is famous for it.
Y si le meto espiral de tonel y martillo. Ah, hay que meterle una... Hostia, ya sé por qué tiene un martillo.
Got Pamino over here.
Recorcho.
San
¿Encuentras San Real?
Barrels are dated 1268.
Close, but not quite the right year.
¿Dos? ¿El uno que no tenga fecha? Este, ¿no?
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
Full.
Full?
Full. This one's full too.
Eva jugando Apex Legends.
Full. This one's full too. Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of San Real? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Martillo inesperado por aquí. Antes he dicho, ¿para qué quiero esto? Y el juego me está diciendo, bueno, tú tráelos.
Barrel taps.
Hay un martillo tirado.
Got the taps.
Then get to work. Let's broach those barrels.
Ready.
Step aside.
Pong. Pong.
So,
Those hints of spice. Distinctive. This is San Real.
Abriendo todos directamente. Cuando llegue el tío va a tener todos abiertos. ¡Hala! Ya está. He abierto todos. Le he dado a todos.
Revolting.
Están todos abiertos. Soy un hijo de puta. No te tenía que abrir uno.
gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident. I'm
Aquí ya
sure.
tenemos un plato, ¿no?
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Abrí por mi huevo que te abre, vaya. Por mi huevo que te abro. Y te como. Y te... ¡Toma!
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace, I...
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
I admit it. I sold a
Admite
barrel
uno.
of San Real.
¿A
I
quién?
beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was
Pero si ya trabajas para la Casa Real.
I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a
Yo trabajo
nobleman
para
without land of his own?
los Borbón. Trabajo lo mismo que Froilán.
I shall tell you everything if you agree to show me mercy.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool.
Yo soy el manager de Froilán. Le digo que
I
si está
beg you,
ahí,
Your Grace, you must
me voy a
forgive
la
me.
ducha y a cortarme el pelo. Yo no tengo ya melena.
Who'd you sell the
Que tengo
wine
ya
to?
melena.
A few weeks past that
A ver
the
cuándo vas a
rich
chuparme toda la
nobleman
verga.
approached me. He called himself a diplomat.
A ver cuándo
well
vas a chuparme
connected
todo lo que
at
viene siendo la verga.
court. He suggested we
Nos vemos, Tine,
embark
suerte. Yo
on
me
an
voy a las
enterprise.
9 por ahí me voy, que he
Some of
quedado.
his clients had
Todo el
offered
día.
dizzying sums
Todo
for even a
el
drop
día.
of Sonreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name.
Todo está saliendo,
He never
Que no son mis planes, la verdad.
He
Búscate a
was
otra.
tall,
Hoy.
black-haired, and spoke with a
Pero
foreign
no,
lilt.
puede ser uno de tus planes.
He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Cintrin aristocrat at court.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a
¿Algún
rich
plan?
nobleman
Por
approached
cierto,
me.
Pico Par.
He called
Vosotros
himself a
ocupáis.
diplomat, well connected.
Por antes de que te vayas. Yo para las 9,
He
antes de las 9 me toqué.
suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sonreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name.
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Cintrin aristocrat at court.
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met
Yo he pasado de tener pelo
cover of
corticoleta
darkness
a dejármelo
in the
suelto.
ruins
En
of
el
Fort
juego,
Aston.
claro, no en la vida real. En la vida real siempre
Dozen or
peinado
so
de
men came to
vagabundo y
collect.
luego ya me cortan el pelo.
Armed men, the kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel, and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Anda a tomar por culo.
Get out of my sight.
Cortale la cabeza.
Captain, have your men take Master Fabrizio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge.
De alta traición.
What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Sentry and Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
Ya estoy preparado.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out
Llevamos la
now.
misma
Position
armadura,
ourselves before you arrive.
La de caballeros de
You take the
Toussaint.
cart and meet us there.
Lo que pasa es que ayer le queda un poquitín mejor.
When the handoff begins, watch for my signal.
¿Qué va, Gerardo en la camioneta? Sí. Oh, joder, Gerardo, ¿puedes ir más? ¿Qué se te note más? ¿Qué eres tú?
Relax. Now we wait.
Viene alguien. ¿Pero cuántos venía por vino? ¿Los tengo que matar a todos? Lo hago.
Ah, our favorite vintner.
Siempre hay estos NPCs por ahí. Buenas tardes.
It's not him.
Tutum, tutum, tum, tutum. Vaya cabezazo. Le ha metido un cabezazo a uno y otro lo has matado. ¿Pero por qué le metes un cabezazo a uno, Gerardo? Me gusta que le mete un cabezazo a uno, pero los otros los mata. ¿Pero qué es esto? Ha dejado solo uno con vida, ¿ves? Solo he dejado a uno con vida. Ya está. Mira, a uno con vida he
Is it
dejado.
just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to
conseguí
capture
capturar
one
yo.
of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
No tenían motivos.
Well, had no reason to trust me, and I didn't do much to change that.
True. You are not the most endearing of men. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this
Pues siendo como
personally.
es.
The master's eye fattens the
Que
calf.
te cae.
You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions.
Está bien, le metí un cabezazo. Ah.
Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
El chaval de Twitter, ¿eh?
Who sent you? Your nun's lover. They call him.
El chaval de Twitter,
Wait.
¿eh?
If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Sure can. Fresh out.
In that case, he's all
Con
yours.
las gafas intimida, el puto
Captain,
Geralt, míralo.
have your men find me
Porque
a
no me ve los
strong
ojos.
rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Barrels. Where were you gonna take them?
I don't know.
Captain, need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader, only he ever knew where to go. But he lies over there, dead. That one. The first barrel went to a warehouse at the port. But where this one was bound, I don't know. I speak true. You must believe me.
Who hired you?
He'll kill me.
Yo te mataré.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for this caper.
El Citriano.
That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Corta la cabeza.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Vamos, del tirón, vamos.
Let's go to town.
Vamos, a mí si me dices vamos, vamos, directamente. No hay más. No hay un... ¡Ah, no, venga! Nivel 52. Punto disponible 12, bueno.
It's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence.
¿Verdad?
And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Sooner or later, everyone slips up. Cintrian stole the Sun Real. That was his mistake.
Yet if we had not happened on the wine stain...
You're right. We got lucky. Even so, still can't be sure he's behind the kidnapping, the blackmail. Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Tiene este, tú tranquilo.
Then why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life.
Pascairing.
The word on
Ojo
the
de por
street
día.
is there's a
Pascairing.
hefty bounty on
Que
your
se busque
head,
la vida
Geralt.
en otro mundo.
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The
Dale.
port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in.
Pescaferro.
We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer. I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same.
Otro trovador.
We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
La
The
Mandragora.
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 A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors,
Coño,
troubadours
me
and
tiene que
dancers.
picar.
Never heard of it.
They exude a mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze
Que me
through.
gusta.
Out of the question. If the Sintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once
Que
again.
vamos a ir...
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
Ahora será opcional, cómprate ropa. ¿Y qué me cuenta? Opcional, ponte un atuendo. El opcional.
Be cautious. Guard
Sí,
her
sí,
grace
tranquilo, yo lo
closely.
vigilo.
Audacious rat, the Sintrian.
Galleta de Tuzán y kit reparatorio. Galleta de Tuzán. Es igual que la mía. Vemos. Tengo que vestirme.
Let me order. Were only my spirit this willingness, my flesh is
No
weak.
laughing.
No two ways about it.
Mujer sospechosa, ¿eh? En la otra vía, hombre sospechoso y aquí mujer sospechosa.
Is that not this cur with the price on his... It's him! Get it! His goodness kicked.
Don't let him gain momentum!
Ah. Pathetic.
Damn neither!
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
Ah, me está buscando. Contrato de brujo. ¡Qué guapa la imagen! Dios. ¿Por qué sois? Matón. Si queréis pelear, aquí estoy.
Grey as monk's moanings, yet still stupid.
Well.
Good day. Now, on your way.
Este sí ha sido más educado. Buen día. Ahora la de aquí. Atacan a las 9:30, ¿eh? ¿A cuánto está esto? Bueno, está cerca, está cerca. Vamos a ir a pata.
Times are tough. Coin is tight. Pay up front or no love tonight. And you drool
Buenas
like a
noches.
boar sniffing juniper cones.
A tip of the hat to the tourney's victor.
Está guapísimo el dibujo. Yo no sé quién coño ha hecho. Perdón. Yo no sé quién coño ha hecho el dibujo de esta, pero está guapísimo.
All is in order.
Rastrería, bueno. Nota. Pierre. Adiós. Yo me pierdo, yo no me quiero vestir de mamarracho. Pero lo que toca. Tengo que ir a algo importante. La nota que coño decía, porque no me ha puesto... Soy tonto, juego, soy tonto. Spectrum, Banshee. Ah, mira, tengo 2 contratos de brujo encima. He cogido una nota y no sé qué pone. Estupendo. A ver, Pierre.
Sacre bleu. It's a crime. You're from the north.
Tu puta madre.
Excuse me?
There is no excuse. There is but the need to outfit you anew. My salon stands open. Please come in.
I'll just...
A ver. No, me voy a poner clarísimamente. Me voy a poner esto. ¿Tengo que comprarme otra máscara? Si ya la tengo, ¿no? La de lobo.
Ever your servant, sir.
Pero tengo que tirar algo. O le puedo vender. Espérate, ¿la nota está aquí? ¿Puedo ver la nota? ¿En otros? Tengo... ¿Cosa mía o acabo de ver la nota en otros? Nota, sí. Ahí tengo 9 notas.
Tailoring is an art which a great many.
Habla un momento. A ver, ¿qué te puedo vender? Las gafas no te las vendo ni por un billón. No te vendo las gafas ni por un billón.
Ever your servant, sir.
¿Las espadas las tengo que tirar? No, no. Escúchame, déjame las espadas. Que me deje las espadas, ¿no? No cuesta nada. A lo mejor tira 20 de estas, de quedaron así. Sí, ¿no? Vaya, la solución ha sido tirar 20 de cosas que tengo. Yo siempre voy llamando un poco la atención. ¿Dónde es? Aquí al lado.
This is Beauclair, not some flea-bitten province. This is Beauclair, and everything's peachy.
Esto es Buncle y todo es estupendo.
Reginald Aubrey has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets now, available from me alone.
Tails, I've got a roaring heartburn.
Oh.
Aquí está mi amigo. El colegui.
Nice tune.
¿Qué melodía ha dicho?
Greeting.
What do you have?
Me tengo que quitar las de estas, pero yo no quiero. ¿Tienes alguna espada mejor? Tiene 52. Me gusta que no tenga ninguna espada. No, la de Jeren no se la quito. Ah, voy a reparar. Siempre me lío.
Good luck.
¿Verdad? Coño. Que me he equivocado. Que se va sin... Va con las manos desnudas.
Keep calm. Start no brawls.
¿Qué? La gente trabaja hasta tarde, ¿eh?
Let me...
Y tenemos que bajar.
Fond of shortcuts? Be careful you do not trample any herbs.
Vamos a ver. Vale, voy sin máscara. Con la espada.
Why does that not surprise me?
Máscara me la puedo quitar. No, vaya con máscara, así que no. Porque yo con máscara.
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but... Just one other detail. Here.
Ah, me va a dar ella una.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Any idea
¿Cuántas
why
máscaras voy a llevar? Yo solamente veo las gafas.
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and mysterious. The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinching the performers.
Let's go. Soiree started.
No, nadie me va a reconocer. Tengo pelo blanco,
Wise of you
voz
to hide your
ronca.
weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
Pelo blanco, voz ronca. Hago magia con las manos. Yo creo que nadie me reconoce. Llevo dos espadas detrás.
How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Déjame jugar.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Bellont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
A shame. We would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Bellont.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to
Primero le pregunto y luego dice,
It
¿somos fan
cannot be
de...?
easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
Ya, claro, donde vive Jaskier, sí.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
A buscar a Cecilia.
Have you seen the Skelliger Isles?
Participa en el entretenimiento de la... No, opcional no es esto.
Please
Mientras
do not
más...
disturb. One false move will prove ruinous to the entire community.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist.
Good, come and express yourself.
No
Besmirch the
It's
canvas.
a paradigm manifested.
Paradigm! Oh, the damn thing!
Shh, silence. The artist must focus.
I got it. It's the Soretor. It's not a landscape, you pleb. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
Esto es arte, ¿vale? Yo sé que no se entiende. Pero esto es arte.
That green, lush and verdant as a field of vines.
To vines and to wine!
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and gauze. Scarlet, crimson,
Lo
ox.
que pasa es que es abstracto.
Lips. Full sensory parted lips.
15 bolas y llevo 9 ahora. Si no dices mi nombre, mejor.
Quite the noble color.
Splendid. The sky over Toussaint before a storm.
Or a deeply internalized fear of intimacy.
Please do not disturb. One false move will ruinous to the entire community.
Yellow. Why ever yellow?
It's obvious. It represents transgression in its purest form.
Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to
Perfecto.
point my appraisal. The painting depicts spiritual dualism, the continual battle between good and evil, and defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right.
Claro, siempre representa lo mismo, ¿no?
Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
And defiance.
Lo que has dicho, completamente lo que has dicho. Vamos a ver.
Absinthe, the preferred hooch of artists.
Acenta, ¿ves?
It packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
Dice, dice, tengo suficiente resistencia. Lo primero que hace es emborracha.
This is definitely done. Let's go. You're bored as you've made no effort to understand. It's a metaphor of the constant struggle for power and influence.
Would I ever have to meet him? It's a shame.
Needs iron.
Good health to you.
Vamos a vernos otra. Por ti, Ana. Ya no me veo más.
Besides, have you not heard the news?
Have I not heard? It's on everyone's lips.
And I'm sure you understand. There are great.
Glamour. ¿Y qué más? ¿Qué hay aquí? Pergamino, un pergamino y 2 anillos. Bueno, para mí los anillos. Aparte.
Should have performed tonight. You should
It seems someone decided otherwise.
That someone knows nothing of true.
But are you sure it's an original?
My employer swears it. Besides, have you not heard the news?
Have I not? Leave us be.
And I'm sure you understand.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Saraba Durandum Alabatista Sabeshkahi Beshkahi Ha.
the dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive. Do take care, Mitchell.
Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde.
My heart's about to burst from a surfeit of beauty.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
Voy a hacer un capullo. Hola. Creo que son de delfines. Me cago en su puta madre.
No. Perhaps yes. No, I don't know.
Do take care, Mitchell.
¿Saben quién soy?
Do take care, Mitchell.
Cuídate, brujo.
Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmavant-garde. It's all about two things. Coin, pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but... Good to see you.
Must be someone famous, I think.
¿Era aquí?
Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
No.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Retrato genial.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious
Que
highness
solamente hace
with such a
desnudo.
proposition.
Este es el típico, ¿no? El de Instagram. Yo solamente hago fotos artísticas. Sácate las tetas. Es este. Este fue el que lo inventó. Este fue el típico de...
Still get your chance.
Este es el típico de... ¿no? Este es el Instagramer. Soy fotógrafo profesional. Sácate las tetas. Es por el arte.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
Bye. Este fue el que lo inventó.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centrian noble. Ah, you must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
Perdón, coño.
It's very bloody colorful, that's what. Ignoramus. It's like the Great War.
The Great War? But he's a dance.
That's to say, the other one. His brother.
We should walk back.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Love letter penned on a napkin. Look.
Oh, my amour, my sunbeam flittering across the firmament of my life.
Se está poniendo la cara ese tío, mátalo.
Trickly refuse.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Good to see.
Either fist tech. Artist's way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
Mira, hay rayas de coca aquí. Oye, esto no lo vi la última vez que jugué. Dame artistas. Oh, vaya, ¿no? Vaya fiestón, se está dando uno. Míralo, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va. Fiestón se está dando más de uno, ¿no?
You're right. This ship is
painting is rather
I'm going to
spew.
It's very existence. I beg your pardon.
Hay alguno que no vea, vaya fiestón. Buena rayita de coca que se está metiendo.
Drink and be merry.
The Great War. But he's a dance.
Things are good.
The cocaine.
Good health to you. I wish you health. Glory.
Give this man some wine.
Things are good.
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
A ver, como aquí se llama distinto. Ah, no es coca, pero los artistas lo toman.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Se ha quitado la máscara así.
Not so loud.
Y ya me la máscara así. Arrancándose la cara, ¿eh?
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
Primero no digas a nadie
I
lo has
hope
visto.
we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent
gusta.
as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
Gracias.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Parta.
You can count
Quickly,
on
upstairs.
Está en este. El olor. ¿Se la ha matado?
That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soiree to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
O sea, no hagas que se cierre porque si no van a saber que hay un asesinato y el tío va a huir. Tengo que buscar pistas. Primero, el tío saltó por aquí. ¿Ya me puedo poner mi gafa? No me puedo poner mi gafa y tampoco puedo tirar nada, no puedo correr. ¿Qué tiene que abrir? Bueno, no puedo.
Bloody handprint. It's his.
Déjame tirar.
Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Broke the flower pot when moving the door, then stepped in the soil. Footprints, made by soiled boots. Must have climbed this ladder. Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out?
Lo tiró.
Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it?
No puedo entrar en el inventario.
Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Ese cuadro lo tengo yo. ¿Es de ella? ¿O tengo yo en mi cuarto? Para pajearme. Si es de ella, lo
I would
siento.
never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer.
Me pajeo bien mirando a esta.
I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything in full detail. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then He drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as
Es verdad.
effective as
Una
a blade.
horquilla te la clavan en un ojo.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Corazón de Toussaint. Pues ya es mío. Ya es mío el corazón de Toussaint.
When you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing
La
table,
suda, ya es
pouring through
mío,
my jewelry.
Que me diga algo.
Mm-hmm. After this
Me
is
lo
my
llevo, ya es
guess.
mío.
Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to
que ya hablo de esto.
Jewel seems
Digo, esta joya es la que quería. ¿Y esta joya?
The heart
Qué
is an
pesado.
heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
¿Puede que el ladrón fuese...?
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Para mí que sí. ¿Quién es ese? ¿O qué es ese?
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact.
Si no te mato.
Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Siempre se parte el cuello, habla como así, ¿no?
But in her
Siempre se parte el cuello cuando miro por el lado.
anxiety, discomfort.
¿Cómo hizo este juego? Siempre lo pensaré. ¿Cómo hizo este juego? CD Projekt y después hizo Cyberpunk. ¿Cuánta prisa le metieron en Cyberpunk?
Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing.
No veo nada, no tengo las gafas puestas.
Plan might call for an attempt.
Imagina, le dijo, un momento. Pon las gafas.
It could be something else altogether.
¿Sabes algo que no me estás contando?
My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers.
Y ahora me conté que
She
tienes una hermana.
left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
O sea que después tiene una hermana que quiere al reino y te quiere matar.
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Escúchame, pues me llama y lo
Parents
soluciono
run
yo.
afoul of some mage?
No.
Me estoy crujiendo los dedos de los pies.
She was born at an inopportune moment. They said
Esto es
she
una
was
broma, pero no,
touched
porque
by
me
the
están
curse
doliendo.
of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Sí.
Could be the case. Could also be because they
Sí,
were treated
la gente
like
pone
lepers
hacer
from birth.
en malos
Isolated,
signos,
prodded,
¿no?
ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank.
Qué bien, ¿no?
Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
Bueno, no la has buscado mucho.
Think your
Te
sister
digo.
might be involved?
Oh, echo de menos a mi hermana. No la has
You
buscado
see,
mucho.
I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys. But I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift, at a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl. Someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen.
Bueno, pues ya está, ya la mato.
It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Dun Tyne, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her.
No la
Sister
mato,
to
lo
sister.
juro. Le meto un cabezazo.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire. We are lending our combined resources to the Witch's Hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages, literally.
Un poco raro,
Witcher,
¿no?
I hear you know Regis too.
Sí,
Even
somos
if
amigos,
you
somos
are
amigos.
friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only 2 options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. Well, what might a monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this? It must be why you and Regis
Claro, por
are
eso somos
friends.
Rey y yo amigos.
If I understand you correctly, you would rather help her
Si puedo,
monster
sí.
than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Si no me ataca primero.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by
¿Sé
the
por qué me
man's
ataca
fashions.
primero?
Deep-cut
¿Y puedo
dresses I found
resolverlo?
most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
Que se quede este solo con las dos. Me da un poco de cosa,
An
¿verdad?
exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detloff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Mm-hmm. Oriana. She really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in...
Bien. Si nos conoces bien desde hace mucho
I can't
tiempo.
begin to tell you in how long. But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine
¿Te
Castle.
ayudo?
That's splendid news.
¿Eh?
If they are there, Renna must be there as
¿Te
well.
ayudo?
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister. too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Dettlaff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Dettlaff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Dettlaff. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Dettlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this 2nd bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable.
Ahora.
Geralt, will you see me out?
Sí, vamos. Imagina que le digo, no, ver que estaba sentado hablando con él. Puede ser el que ha
You have
matado a...
exceptional friends. This Dettlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix's mill. It stands along the Saône-Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
Ok. No quiero, pero... Si no le hago caso, se va a enfadar. Así que mejor decirle, sí, 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 sí. Sí, sí, lo que tú digas. Sí, lo que tú digas. Ajá. Y de algo con las espadas puestas. Ajá, ajá. Ajá. Primero. Das. No los. Otra máscara más. 47. 43, 48, 46. Y esto es 40. La del pintor. ¿Puedes dejar de subir de niveles? Ok.
Hark, Beauclerc!
Tengo alguna equipación mejor que la
Has hired the Witcher to get
que
this
llevo, lo dudo, pero. Pues yo le envío. Puedo haberle vendido las mierdas al tío este. A la espada ni las miro, sé que no. Siempre le hablo de esta mierda, que no quiero hablarle.
For good luck. On purchases of 10 or more.
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Reginald Aubrey has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets
Bueno.
now.
Me gusta menos usar caballo, no sé por qué.
We got shone in its eyes, your glow, Saint Martin.
The witches it through the streets while everyone...
Your reputation precedes you, Geralt.
No me tiene que quedar tanto de este DLC. Pero claro, después de eso, 5 horas, 5 horas, 5 horas, 5 horas, 5 horas. A lo mejor sí me queda tanto. No, y a lo mejor
They
sí me
say
queda un
a
poquito.
great deal about you, Witcher.
How goes it?
Pues me queda un poquillo.
Banquets. The light is inopportune at the moment. Could you return around noon?
A mediodía, vale. Pintor. Con los cojones, pintor.
I'm here.
Let us go. We should arrive in time to have the best light of the day. The chiaroscuro we shall capture. Just glorious.
Let's go. The things I do for art.
We had best ride there. We'll arrive faster and less fatigued. A work of mine, turtle dove over the heath, hangs in the ducal palace.
So does a cockatrice I cut down once.
Gracias.
It's stuffed.
Perdón.
Even with heather.
Me toca ir.
I once had a cockatrice feather brush. Best thing for laying down tempera. I no longer have it, sadly. My blasted cat swiped it.
Why would a cat want a brush?
To paint with, of course. And it was no common brush. Fantastic, as I said, and fantastically expensive.
Hang on. Got a cat that paints?
Yeah, if you care to call it that. He merely copies the works of his betters, and poorly at that.
Your cat?
Yes, Pierre-Auguste Moustachois. It's no surprise you've not heard of him. He's a second-rate hack and a thief.
Hey-ya!
We'll continue on foot.
Bueno, si tú quieres continuar a pie, yo continúo a pie.
Ladies, gentlemen, my lieges, forgive me for being forward, but have you perchance seen a set of paints and brushes nearby?
Eugenie?
I believe this peasant wants something from us.
My paints, my brushes, I had prepared them. They were here.
We've not seen any journeyman's tools, my good man. Of that I assure you.
There a problem?
Yes, an immense one. I cannot possibly paint without my paints. I'm done for. Unless you would be kind enough to locate them?
Wouldn't happen to have another set with you? And, nothing you could use instead?
My word. Would you really have me scrawl with charcoal like an animal?
Damn it. Sure you left them here?
Yes, right there.
Mami, anda. Y si hacía esta gente, pues no te preocupes que yo le saco la espada rápido.
I think it is life that imitates art, and not vice versa.
Right you are, Fingo.
Spilled paint. Reeks to high heavens of turpentine.
Yes, that knows. He actually had a mage enlarged.
Yo le saco la espada rápido y los aniquilo.
Footprints. Clear, but curiously small. Footprints. Smudged.
Va por aquí, va por... Joder.
Got paint drops here too.
Puto Gerald, ve, unas gotas de pintura, ¿ves?
Another stain. Could very well be a lead.
¿Yo me lo habrá seguido? Pudo. Ya de troles.
Neckers? Like they made off your pants. Question is, why?
Dios. Te he metido directamente con 6 de daño. ¿Dónde cogen esto?
Empty container. Painter can't use this. Paints. Don't look ruined. Painter should still be able to use them.
Es raro, ¿no?
Welcome.
Toma tú.
Found your things.
Splendid. Where were they? And... is this all you found? I left so much more.
Should have kept it all with you, not left it lying around. Followed some paint tracks to a necker lair. Seems the beast's made off with your supplies. Used it to paint a fresco on one of the cave walls. Looked something like a battle scene to me.
Impossible. They splashed paint on the wall in a rage. Unimportant. In any case, it's a good thing you found the basic colors. Shall we? While waiting, I spied a superior spot.
Vamos a otro spot.
We have had fantastic luck with the weather. The light is perfect, absolutely perfect.
Painting this masterpiece gonna take long?
A mere 6 hours. The sun won't allow us to work any longer than that. Oh, but the time will fly by. We'll chat, swap tales.
Better yet, let me down a potion. Time will definitely fly by in a state of lethargy. No need to swap tales.
No, no, no. Your expression, your posture, they must be just so. You must look alive with fire in your gaze. Lethargy is out of the question.
Come on, give it some thought. You could title the painting, A Witcher Lying Senselessly on the Heath.
Luchar con el pelo más corto. Más que el brujero. El brujero va a tener el pelo más largo. El brujero voy a dejar que le crezca hasta el culo. Pelo. ¿Todo bien, Tine? ¿El día bien? Venga, vamos, hijo. Este ya me hace el cuadro. Este tío me quiere hacer un cuadro. Yo voy a hacer lo que me diga, ¿eh? Yo voy a hacer lo que él me diga.
Just look at the view. Breathtaking. The
No creo,
perfect
porque
background
seguiremos
for our masterpiece.
botando el forro verde.
Pretty, I guess.
Ya, es que os gusta demasiado el ferro verde. Os gusta el nombre, el peinado.
Pose you wish to be immortalized.
Y porque lo pongo para que votéis. Qué bonito el paisaje, ¿no? Y porque lo digo que votéis, si no, descansando. Es verdad que tú estás de vacaciones, ¿no? Y este chaval se coge vacaciones, ¿correcto? Yo cuando me diga, le voy a decir a Dani.
All is ready. We may begin. Have you decided on the pose you'd like to adopt?
Tú decir, yo ir. Heroica. ¿Has dicho qué postura quieres adoptar? ¿Cómo es la heroica?
Maybe I could just stand, sword in hand.
Ah, splendid! A heroic pose, of course. The bold warrior, his sword held aloft, ready to run at the, well, that willow over there. I will paint in a griffin later. Shall I begin? Or would you prefer to adopt another pose?
Está bien con mi espada, ¿no? Está bien, tampoco es un cuadro para mí. Con mi espada, ¿no? Está guapo. Adelante.
Go ahead.
Now,
¿Y mis gafas?
be so kind as to adopt that look you gave me when I first asked you to work with me. That intense scowl
Gracias.
of
Se
an
me va bien.
angry wild ram about to butt heads. Yes, excellent. Now, hold
Lo hago solo. Me sale solo la cara. Pon un grifo por ahí. O ponme ahí un basilisco, un grifo. Ponme ahí 2 o 3 enemigos. Como si fuese yo Spiderman. Ponme así.
This gonna take
Y
much
3
longer.
o 4 enemigos.
Not much at all. We'll run out of daylight soon. Please, keep your head still, in the same position.
Fine, I'll try. I'll also try to remember to never trust a painter again.
Griffin!
Yeah, I know. You'll paint one in later.
Gods! A griffin!
Que me lo ibas a dar.
And hide.
Dearest mommy!
Que me ibas a dar. Hola.
I like that silver.
Espera, ¿qué anda? ¿Ha muerto ya? Con la cabeza del grifo. Con la cabeza así. Así, con la cabeza y yo así.
Is it safe?
Yeah, come on out. And no wonder no one ever came here. It was a griffin's hunting ground.
Oh, that thing scared me to death.
¿Ya puedo dibujar el grifo?
Not quite to death. You are alive. Not least because you chose a witcher to sit for you. How's the painting? It survived too?
It did. But I cannot show it to you now. I never display unfinished work. You can see it tomorrow, after midday, where we met. I shall display it in the market square. Oof, monstrous beast. Shall we immortalize it in the painting?
Sí. Sí, píntala.
Yeah, let's add it. Carcass can serve as your prop.
Splendid. Interesting color palette. And the textures and the proportions. It will do.
Es el primer bicho que te cargas en el juego
But I shall
y tiene un
paint it
simbolismo
later
bonito.
in my atelier. There's an excellent illustration in the Encyclopedia Maxima.
Tiene, yo creo que
I feel
para
this specimen is, well,
el jueves, hoy que estamos, para el miércoles o jueves ya me pasó este juego.
do for now. I shall polish the details later. No point struggling on in this fading light. I almost forgot. Payment
¿Seguro?
for
No sé.
And
Para el
I thank
jueves,
you for
creo yo.
saving my life.
Pero vaya, que
in
para el
doing
jueves
so,
juego Overwatch.
did also save your
Y
life.
este domingo, si os ponéis con el pico par, jugamos pico par. Si no, yo me voy al Fortnite. ¿Ok? Espero un día para ver el cuadro. Ah, tienes una espada. Y a puta, tienes una espada. Si os ponéis de acuerdo con el pico par, adelante. Pero como no os voy a poner de acuerdo... Fortnite. Si os ponéis de acuerdo para jugar, jugamos el pico par. De todas maneras vamos a jugar. No es que vayamos a jugar el domingo. Vamos a jugar. Pero como no os ponéis de acuerdo... Y no me digáis... Pero tú debes decir algo, ¿no? Porque tú también vas a jugar. Claro, yo juego el día que sea. A mí básicamente me suda los cojones. Ese no es el punto que yo puedo dar. Tú también tienes que decir algo, porque tú también juegas, ¿no? Yo juego. Y por eso me callo. Porque me da igual el día. ¡Hala! Espadita nueva. ¿Más posaquear? Ah, el trofeo, claro. Arráncale la cabeza. Píntame esta. Oh. He cogido lo que he tirado. The genius. Motherfucking genius. Ah, pero la espadita nueva no es tan llamativa. Así que si el viernes que viene estáis todos y queréis jugar, ok. Si no podéis, vosotros tomáis aquí las cartas sobre el asunto y decidís. Y más, Carmen. Que se joda. Ella tiene que organizar, porque me dijo el Destro, exclamación Paul y pon una encuesta. No hay exclamación Paul en Discord. No hay. ¿Qué te lo digo yo? Pongo exclamación Paul y no hay. Hay exclamación otras cosas. Pero Paul, concretamente, no.
Let's go.
Así que... si queréis alguna encuesta en Twitter, pues yo qué sé, busco hacer encuesta online y me va a salir una página de hacer encuestas y ganar dinero. Busco hacer encuesta en Twitter y os la paso por el general. Hoy no la voy a hacer. Hoy he olvidado que estoy fuera. Ábreme esto, anda. Vale, déjame entrar por aquí, anda. La hago en Twitter, pongo día, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes. Por la tarde va a ser, déjame tenerlo claro.
Best cure for the beast, a witcher.
Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes y el día que podáis. Tú los pago. Máquina, págame. Págame. Págame.
Greetings, knight. My clerks have brought word of heroic deeds on your part. Please accept this compensation for your toil, good sir.
Wouldn't
9 he hecho, 9 trabajos y me has dado una mierda. Increíble. ¿Ok? Ah, vale, lo que llevaba yo.
Well, go in peace for a night.
A ti te servirá, pero después yo haré eso y me vendrá Manoli a decirme, no, ese día no puedo porque estoy ocupada. Tengo el bautizo de mi prima. Yo solamente quiero jugar al picopá. Un día. Ya está, nada más. No quiero ni que me habléis. Quiero un día jugar al pico.
Hello?
No me habléis. Un día, yo abriré Steam. Jugar al picopá y cogéis. ¿Está guapo el cuadro? A ver, cortarse.
Greetings.
Geralt, there you are. So, our painting. Are you pleased? Is it to your liking? Do tell.
No es lo que esperaba.
Not exactly what I imagined. I believe I posed with all my clothes on. Clearly remember that, in fact. Some other details are off, too.
Invalid as a criticism. I depicted you in a more flattering state. The painting has drawn crowds.
¿Tienes una copia para
aroused
mí?
a great deal of interest.
Can see that. Anyway, some advice for the future. Warn your subjects about your intentions. Your next model might not be so forgiving.
You don't like it. I'm hurt. Perhaps you'd care to buy the painting. Given our rapport, I shall take a loss. For you, I'll part with it, I will, at a special price.
¿Cuánto me quieres hablar?
Why not? It'll make an interesting memento. Though I'd hardly call the price a bargain.
Indeed. Few have the sophistication
¿Me he comprado a mí mismo?
to appreciate my technique. I sometimes go hungry as a consequence.
All right. At least this way I'll be able to control who sees it. Thanks.
Retrato de Gerald. Me he comprado a mí mismo.
So bent out of shape.
No quiero decir yo que me cago en toda tu puta madre. No lo quiero decir yo, pero me cago en toda tu puta madre. Mira las poquitas misiones que me quedan ya. Todas estas, la de... ve dónde empieza la carrera, ganar carta. La de ganar carta le dan por culo. La de ganar carta le dan por culo. La de carrera de caballo me las hago. La de carrera de caballo, easy. Voy a guardar el cuadro y lo otro. Así que ya sabéis, una encuesta en Twitter, la pondréis en el Discord. No, la pondré yo, porque veo que bajáis poco. La pondré en el Discord y... Y diréis, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes. Y una panda, dijo. Cuando quieras. Ahora antes de las 9 hoy. ¿Alguna misión más? Y me piro. El modo escudo está activado. Me gusta porque sé que es Eva. Sé que es Eva que la activa. Si quieres activarlo para que no te salga más, actívalo. Ahora me lo toqueteas tú. A mí me da toda la pereza toquetearlo, la verdad. Hola. Ah, Dios Ignacio esta vez. Mira, esta mujer se va a ir de aquí. Grande Ignacio, tocando el modo escudo. Voy a poner... ¿Dónde está el...? Ah, puedo poner el escudo. No me deja decir que me he suscrito. Puto Twitch. ¿No te deja? Hombre, qué asco de Twitch, ¿no? Vamos a poner Gerardo aquí. Aquí queda mejor, ¿no? Aquí en mi de este. Y aquí está otro de Gerald. Están guapos los dos cuadros. ¿Te has suscrito y no te deja? ¿Qué Twitch? Twitch, por favor, mi dinero. Twitch, mi dinero. Aquí voy a quitar al máquina este y voy a poner el escudo. El escudo élfico. Para las visitas. Aquí Ciri, su padre. Aquí un tío. Aquí un cuadro normal de un tío con un caballo. Aquí el escudo de arma de...
How might I be of...
¿En qué puedo ayudarte? Nada, porque yo me toqué. Tenemos las mismas gafas. Grande Ignacio. Ignacio, ¿cómo te voy a robar el Hogwarts Legacy? Va a ser una cosa que no has visto en tu vida. ¿Cómo te voy a robar el Hogwarts Legacy? Que en realidad tú mismo me lo dijiste. Lo peor. Me dice, me compro el Hogwarts Legacy. Juégalo. Y yo. Si alguien te lo deja, yo que soy buena gente, ¿no? Y el Pokémon que me has dicho, tengo que... Hay otro... Estoy mirando cuadros para quitármelos. Me he cambiado el PC. Sí, he visto que te has comprado un PC nuevo. He visto que te has comprado un PC nuevo. Hombre, te hacía falta ya. Te hacía falta ya. Y no solo para eso, sino para el trabajo también te hace falta. Vale, voy a guardar todos los cuadros. No los quiero para nada. Ocupan muy poco, pero no los quiero para nada. ¿Esto qué es? Viejo mapa de Tucson. Esto tampoco lo quiero, pero igualmente. 1 a 4070 Ti. Joder. Eso es para jugar LOL, ¿eh? Joder. Eso es para jugar LOL. 1 a 4070 Ti para jugar LOL. Para después jugar con esta gente al LOL. Es que no tiene vergüenza, ¿eh? Para jugar TFT. 4070 Ti. Y yo con una 1060 que no tira ya, vamos. Ya no juego al LOL. Mejor. Por fin has dejado el LOL. Me estoy bajando el Midnight Sun. El Midnight Sun tiene muy... Hostia, ¿lo tienes en Steam? Yo lo quiero probar. Es que a mí en Steam no me salen todos los juegos. A mí en Steam no me salen todos los juegos. No le sale a nadie, ¿eh? A nadie que tenga... Por ejemplo, quiero pasarme los Darksider y me sale. Porque como también tengo lo de Josepo. El Gotham Knights. El Gotham Knight creo que es peor. Me sale, por ejemplo, que tú tienes el Darksider 1. Josepo tiene no, tú tienes... ¿Cuál era? Sí, el Darksider 1 Remaster. Creo que es. Josepo tiene el 2 y el 3. Pero es mentira, los dos tenéis el 1. Está 20. 20 euros, sí. Tengo el 3, creo. Eso, Josepo tiene el 1 Remaster. Josepo tiene el 1, 2 y el 3. Y me sale que me dio la cuenta primero. Yo los jugaré igualmente, los Darksiders. Y todos los juegos de Steam que me dejéis. A mí, mientras me dejéis jugar videojuegos. Eso sí, el día que yo vaya a jugar algo de tu tienda de Steam. Por ejemplo, el día que yo vaya a jugar al Hogwarts Legacy, te diré, Ignacio, voy a jugar. Si te tiene que meter a Steam, creo que en modo sin conexión o metiéndote desde otra cuenta puedes jugar. Por si tú estás jugando de repente, yo qué sé, a cualquier cosa. Esta es la misión que se me quedó pillada en la Play 3, en la Play 4. Que es un cofre que hay aquí. Hay que coger un cofre de aquí. Si estoy sin conexión funciona. Hombre, yo puedo estar sin conexión, voy a jugar. Sí, habría que probarlo. Yo sé que te deja... yo sé que te deja jugar en otra cuenta. Eso sí lo hemos visto. O sea, si tú juegas a otro juego que tú tengas Pero no está en tu cuenta, está en otra cuenta, te deja perfectamente. Es este cofre. Este cofre se me bugueó en Play 4 y no terminé todas las misiones por ella. Porque yo sé por qué quería jugar al... Porque esto yo lo estoy jugando de él. Esto lo estoy robando a él, vaya. ¿Cómo tira esto? Él quería jugar al bully y el bully es de Bianca. Entonces lo que hicimos fue él jugaba al bully y yo a esto. Tú tienes tu cuenta abierta y no pasa nada. Eso no puede para mí también. No, si el bully ya lo he jugado. No, si el bully ya lo he jugado. El bully ya me lo he pasado. Buscaré... Es que ahora mismo no tengo ganas de Pokémon. Tengo ganas de... Voy a jugar al juego de Play 2. El Witcher. ¿El Witcher también te lo puedo robar? Ni lo sabía. Ah, pero es que no me sale. Me salía solamente que lo tenía yo, Josepo. Por cómo funciona... ¿Qué hora es? Yo me tengo que ir. Por cómo funciona Steam, siempre te pone... Y el 1 también. El 1 lo tiene también. Te pone siempre la persona que te ha dejado antes la cuenta. O la que le da la gana. La verdad es que te pone la que le da la gana. Te pone de la cuenta de no sé dónde. De la cuenta de no sé dónde. Que no te gusta nada. No te gusta nada.
Slow now. Giddy up.
El 1 y el 2 dudo, ¿eh? O sea... He dicho que lo jugaría... Pero cada vez que veo un gameplay del 1 del 2, digo, hostia. Tremendo mierdón de juego. El otro día estaba en casa de... Esto estaba en casa de Kiko. El 1 me mató a un tío. Ah, en el 1 como tenga... No me por seguir, güey. Eso es lo peor del 1 y del 2. Te está acercando al punto de inflexión de la trama. Después de... pues entonces me voy. Cancelar. Me voy. Vamos a hacer esto. Como me tengo que ir ya porque tengo que ir a cenar. Me voy. Mañana. Terminamos esto. Y como quiero hacer las carreras. Como tengo aquí. Primero tengo este contrato de brujo. Y las carreras. Hacemos esta misión. Y las carreras. 250. Que eso, que estaba en casa de Kiko. Y le digo... voy a jugar al Hogwarts Legacy. Y me mira con una cara... estoy así. Tan tranquilo. Y le digo, voy a jugar al Hogwarts Legacy. Y me mira. Y me dice, ¿de quién? ¿Cómo? ¿Te la ha comprado? ¿Está pirata? Y le digo, no, lo tiene Ignacio. Le dije, lo tiene Ignacio. Entonces, yo lo tengo en Steam, o sea. Yo le voy aquí, le doy ya. Agrupar aquí. Yo le doy aquí y sale todos los juegos de todo el mundo. Yo aquí tengo todos los juegos del universo. Aquí tengo todos los juegos del universo. Pero, claro, si yo le doy ya este, por ejemplo, de la biblioteca de Josepo, de la biblioteca de Condemore, yo qué sé, por ejemplo, el Hogwarts Legacy. Hack. No es un hack, coño. Es el Stalker, por ejemplo. El Stalker este lo debería jugar. Mira. Este es destro. El Stalker este tiene buena pinta. El de Chernobyl, no sé qué. El Sniper 2, que es de pegar un sniper, se me llama Sigma, que este soy yo, Sigma, esta soy yo. El Sherlock Holmes, de Josepo, no sé qué, porque Josepo te mete mucho. El Saint Row, de Ignacio. Que me está diciendo un montón. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Nada, porque ¿qué tiene que hacer? Beber agua. Y el Portal de Josepo, el Portal 2 de Josepo, Portal 9 de Ignacio, el Postal de Josepo. El Outlast de Destro. El Outlast 2 de Destro. El Outer Wilds. El Outer Worlds tiene. Este es el juego que yo estoy recomendando. Yo no sabía que lo tenía. Yo lo recomiendo a la gente que le gusta los Fallout. El Hogwarts. ¿Dónde está el Hogwarts? El Hogwarts. El Hollow Knight. El Hollow es mío. El Hogwarts Legacy de Ignacio. ¿Veis? Mira, ayer ha jugado esta y esta gente de aquí ha jugado. Tú le das aquí y parece que esto todo es tuyo. Yo lo que hago es agrupo por biblioteca y ya tengo los míos, Lo de Ignacio, lo del... Yo comenté aquí a Kiko. Espérate. Ignacio tiene... Esto aquí. El Star Wars que yo quiero jugar. Lego la trilogía esta de Lego. En Avatar no es ni desinstalar. El Stardew Valley se jugará. Tiene que ir montando Star Wars. No, pero esto es Fortnite, Republic Commando, de Eva. Es verdad, también están aquí juegos de Eva. Mira quién tiene el juego de Star Wars, Mira qué asco. El Lego Saga, no sé cuántos sus muertos. Se lo robará a Kiko. Ahora yo procedo a irme. Me he quedado para cenar. No es mi culpa. He quedado. Entonces vamos a poner una musiquita aquí guapísima. Mañana habrá directo más largo. Tine, antes de irme, ¿quieres que haga la encuesta? ¿Quieres que haga la encuesta de Twitter antes de irme? ¿No es pelillo este? ¿El pelillo qué es? ¿Quieres que la haga antes de irme y así ya la tienes para ver quién juega y quién no? Tienes aquí. La hago mañana, mejor. Me voy a ir, voy a llegar tarde. Y os dejo con el fumón este. Que está aquí en el over rankeando, creo. Os dejo con el de este. Yo me piro. Esto se va a subir ahora a YouTube. Esto será para el mes que viene. Así que nos vemos el mes que viene, que os jodan. Os dejo con el de hecho, yo me piro. Mañana más de Witcher. Seguramente acabemos el DLC. A ver. Y no se me ha enviado una foto. La Virgen, el PC. Ah, la caja parece la mía. ¿La has montado tú? Bueno, por culo. Mañana lo vemos. Nos vemos mañana. Adiós.